What's going on, world? This is Rio with London Credit Repair LLC, and today I just wanted to briefly discuss about not being in the business of bad credit. And then another thing also is the thing that's holding us back in a lot of cases in life, but I'm just talking credit today, is fear. And I'll touch bases on the fear portion towards the end of this video. But I just wanted to have a couple of points that I want to just talk about here. So the first thing you must understand is that credit is a business. It's strictly a business, and I'm not referring to the mom and pop credit shops or credit repair companies. I'm not referring to those. I'm talking about the big three, and big three, your major credit bureaus. You got Experian, you got Equifax, and you have TransUnion. I call those the big three, and they literally thrive from the selling of your personal information, right? So their money is primarily made from selling credit reports and developing analytical scoring systems and selling credit related products and services to the consumer, which is us. So, for instance, when you go to Credit Karma and you see all these pre qualified scores, you pre-qualify for this credit card, you're pre-qualified for Fingerhut, or you pre-qualify for an Avant loan. These are the services that they sell to consumers. So the credit bureaus, they get paid for that information. Um, but another thing, if you have credit and it's bad, you're more likely to pay a higher interest rate, and then you'll also be filling out more applications, right? So, for instance, if you want a credit card and you have subprime credit, you'll be filling out applications for that credit card until you can get a credit card, or until they just say you don't qualify. Period. You'll be filling out multiple applications for a loan, a personal loan, or even a loan for your vehicle. Just remember, every application that you fill out, the credit bureaus, they get paid whether you are approved or denied. They will still get paid because they are furnishing the information to these companies, and this is what they get paid for. So they're ultimately getting paid like in several different forms and fashion. So we have to be aware of that. But I mean, we really can't stop that, because if we need something, we're going to apply for it. But I do want to inform you that the higher your score is, the more money that you will ultimately save over time. And the lower the score is that you have on your credit profile, the more money you will ultimately just give away, right? So remember, with a higher credit score, you pay much lower interest compared to that with a low credit score. You'll be paying an abundance of interest, and the interest can equate from thousands of dollars. You got a 680 versus a 580. You're going to be paying a lot of money in interest. So it's best to get your credit where it needs to be, and don't be fearful about taking those necessary steps. So about the fear portion of things, the only thing holding us back is the fear, as I mentioned before. We are taught as a people growing up from birth to fear those who are superior to us. So those who are in control, we fear. We fear our parents, right? Because they put that fear in us. We fear the government because the government taught us to fear them, and we also fear these credit bureaus, right? And we also fear the credit collection companies. But I just want to do some brief explaining about that. So we fear the collection company, right? Like they're the police. That's the crazy part. They're just a company, just like your favorite store. If you like Jim Boy's Tacos, you like McDonald's, Starbucks, they're nothing but a company. Like, if you want to go put stock into these companies, by all means, open up a Robinhood profile and go put some stocks in it. You can do those things. They're nothing but a company. And the collection companies, only thing they do is attempt to have you settle a debt for less than what it's worth. So, for instance, if you have the original creditor who's Capital One, and they have 100 people with a defaulted balance. So you have 100 people in Capital One, and they all have a balance that was defaulted, and everybody had $1,000 limit. The credit collection company, what they would do was pick this account up. They'll get a batch. They call them batches. They'll purchase a batch, and the original creditor will get paid once the account is settled. So whatever the creditor or the collection company settles these accounts for, the creditor will give the collection company 25 to 50% per account when they do settle it. So they're just doing the original creditor's dirty work, and they're getting paid pennies on the dollar for it. But the ultimate thing is, I tell people don't pay collections, because the original creditor, they're going to sell it to a collection company, and then they're going to get funds for that. And then at the end of the year, they're going to write it off as a loss, and they're going to get paid for taxes on that. So they're going to get paid twice, and then the third time they may get paid, because they'll still send out notices to you, knowing that they're going to write it off, knowing that they already sold it to the collection company. They're going to still send you invoices and bills in hopes that you would pay, and then that will be a third time that they will get paid. So they're ultimately cleaning up shop. But I just want you to remember, don't fear collection companies. They're just a branch off of the original creditor, and they're just much more aggressive. So they might send nasty letters, they might give you disrespectful phone calls, but we got something for that. We can take care of that. So these companies are required by the Fair Credit Reporting Act to verify the accuracies and the fairness of all consumer information. So whether the account is yours, is defaulted or not, it doesn't matter. They have to verify that the information is accurate. And in most cases, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax, they'll have different numbers, because every month it's updated. So their information is different in a lot of cases, and that's what allows the process to actually be disputed, because they have to have accurate information. So if you have $1,000 credit card and you paid $100 on that credit card balance, and you have a $900 balance, and you have your TransUnion says 900, you have an Equifax that says 1,000, and you have a TransUnion that say 950, somebody's not right. So information can definitely be disputed. But whether the accounts be yours or not, it's their responsibilities to make sure that the numbers match. So remember, overall, that you are in control, and please don't be afraid to get the process started. It's credit, and you obviously need credit. You see the times we're in. I remember I was in a position and I couldn't even get a house. Moving out of an apartment, I couldn't even move my family into a house because my credit was bad, and I had to get a cosigner. That was a very demasculating feeling, in my opinion, but I mean, to each his own. But at the end of the day, don't be afraid to get the process started, and don't be afraid to go up against the collection agencies. They'll threaten you, they'll do this, that, and the third. But nevertheless, you can get it done, and it's a process for everything that's going on. My name is Rio, London Credit Repair LLC. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share it, and I'll be seeing you guys soon.